नमस्कार, मेरा नाम प्रभु चावला है। आपने मेरा नाम सुना होगा ज़रूर, नहीं सुना हो तो मैं बता देता हूँ। मेरे को सीधी बात करने के लिए बुलाया जाता था आज तक में, परंतु मेरे को आज मीठी बात करनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि आपके केमिकल जो हैं वो थोड़े कड़वे होते हैं, ज़रा कुछ होते हैं, परंतु केमिकल भी मीठे हो सकते हैं। कैसे हो सकते हैं, इस विषय पर कुछ ना कुछ बात हो। पर अब टॉपिक करने जा रहे हैं डिस्कस के अंदर, इसके अंदर बड़ा इंटरेस्टेड है। टाइटल क्या है? बड़ा प्रोवोकेटिव टाइटल है, पेस्टिसाइड इन स्पॉटलाइट, विलन्स, हीरो और स्केपगोट। तो ये डिबेट जो आज होने वाली है इसके अंदर, क्या पेस्टिसाइड के अंदर इंडस्ट्री के बड़े बड़े एक्सपोर्ट लोग यहाँ पर बैठे हैं। हम एक एक करके उनसे पूछेंगे कि इसके अंदर इम्प्रूवमेंट कैसे कर सकते हैं, परसेप्शन जो है उसको कैसे बदल सकते हैं। सबसे पहले जो बैठे हैं वहाँ पर उनको बता दूं, इंट्रोड्यूस कर दूं आपको। उनका नाम है साइमन वीबुश। वी हैव गॉट मिस्टर सुब्रतो गीट, अंकुर अग्रवाल जो हमारे चेयरमैन भी हैं, यहाँ पर वो मेरे साथ बैठे हैं। सुशील कुमार जी बैठे हैं और इसके बाद हमारे पास हैं साहिन, ओजकान। वेलकम टू ऑल ऑफ यू। वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पैनल हियर, बट व्हाट इज द कॉमन परसेप्शन हियर? All of you are facing the same problem. There is a confusion in the policy because at the one side government wants to promote some kind of a, you can call organic farming and everything they want to do it. But they cannot do what we want to do to increase the contribution of agriculture. Second time there is a perception about chemical industries, how they want to help the government in achieving its targets. There is some kind of a confusion. Do you agree with anything?
It's not an India problem. It's actually a global discussion, right? But if we really look at our country and target Viksit Bharat by 2047, we also need to recognize that we have a long way to go. We have today 1.4 billion people. We'll have 1.7 by then. And while we're calorie sufficient at this time, we are under-nurtured as a nation. And to become a developed nation, I think it is all our responsibility to ensure that enough nutritious food is available at an affordable enough cost for 1.7 billion people. And that will take a lot of efforts. And that doesn't mean it's organic against agrochemicals, right? Or organic against processed food. It is a mixture of everything. People need to have a choice, but we need to have basic availability to achieve nutritious Viksit Bharat.
Why I'm asking this question? Because you have to carry the government with it. Because your industry is also dependent on the regulations what the government imposes most of the time. This pesticide management bill of 2020, which refers to some kind of things. Do you think that government should do much more? Because they're asking people to use drones to spread the pesticide, and on the side, on the other side, there's some kind of mechanism which puts a lot of responsibility on you guys to prove yourself that you are not dangerous for the crop, which we are all feel that just without pesticide you can't do it. So what do you expect from the government? What kind of things should be government be doing?
You know, I'm not a friend of asking the government of anything, right? The government sets a frame, and that frame defines as to how we progress as a nation. Now, I think where we need to have a discussion is a little bit on, is the frame that is being set the right frame to achieve Viksit Bharat? Yeah. And is the frame being implemented? And I think there we have still, in many ways, a long way to go. But again, also coming a little bit from an international view, the focus that the Indian government has on agriculture, the readiness to discuss also with industry, is significantly higher than what I've seen in other countries. So therefore, the basis is absolutely there. It's a question of implementation. And yes, it's sometimes a discussion on vision. How much are we ready to change cropping patterns in the country? How do we implement it in a multi-state environment? And how do we make sure that we have this light North Star target of really achieving nutritious sufficiency for the country?
सुशील, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ, ये जो कहा है परसेप्शन का जो है प्रॉब्लम इसमें आप लोग परसेप्शन जो है कि ये केमिकल जहर नहीं है, केमिकल से कोई नुकसान नहीं होता है, ये जो एक बात बन गई है, उसके लिए इंडस्ट्री के अंदर कलेक्टिव एफर्ट होना चाहिए। क्योंकि पेस्टिसाइड जैसे दवाई ज़रूरी है किसी चीज़ के लिए, पेस्टिसाइड भी क्रॉप के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है। उसके लिए आपको लगता है कि क्या करना चाहिए?
if I connect with your earlier questions between government and the industry and the consumer and the farmers, so we become the second largest exporter, fourth biggest manufacturer. India has a place in the world wherever you go. I'm just coming from Europe and meeting all the global leaders. Everyone was talking about India, as a manufacturing hub for future. This would have not been possible without government support. So there is some policy, there is some framework which is available, which is supporting this industry. This industry has been adding value to the GDP, to the farmers. Only thing is this concern, why there is this gap. And gap is about, reality and concern. I think both those two things we need to, separate this out. If we talk about, what's the reality is and so reality is crop protection has been integral part of food production. It has helped production to grow. It helps the farmer. I myself come from farming family. I know when your field are getting destroyed because of disease and pest, what is your condition? It is like you mentioned connected it with medicines. If you are falling ill and you don't have a medicine, tell me what will happen.
No, you have been running on ground some kind of connectivity program. And can you tell us some success story that which you can tell?
Let me give you a real life example. In 2010, I was standing in a potato farm in Western UP. The farmer was saying, this crop got saved, this got destroyed. Why? Because he said, I have used one of your product on this crop at a right time, then rain started happening, I was unable to spray to the rest of the crop. So this got saved, I got a yield, rest of my crop got destroyed. So there are billions of examples like this, which is really a differentiation, what this crop protection is doing to the overall agriculture output.
You think communication between the farmer and the manufacturer is the must. There are certain misconception आप लोगों के बारे में है कि ये गलत है. तो जो आपका एक्सपेरिमेंट है कितना सक्सेसफुल रहा है? अंकुर, आपकी कंपनी सबसे ज्यादा एक्सपोर्ट करती है, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन द कंट्री. तो आप बताते ये विलन को क्या जाता है, आपको कैसे बन गया इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए? जब इतना एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, बाकी देशों को आपके ऊपर विश्वास है, यू हैव डन एनफ, यू नीड टू डू मोर.
देखिए, इंडिया एक्सपोर्ट भी कर रहा है, बट अभी इंडिया में बात रखी गई कि प्रोडक्टिविटी के भी चैलेंजेस हैं. हमको नई तकनीक भी देनी पड़ेगी, नए प्रोडक्ट्स भी देने पड़ेंगे. उसके लिए एक इनोवेशन का फ्रेमवर्क हमको क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. अगर इनोवेशन आएगी तो आज हम जैसे चौथे स्थान पर हैं एग्रीकल्चर एग्रोकेमिकल प्रोडक्टिविटी में या दूसरे स्थान पर हैं एक्सपोर्ट में, इसमें पोटेंशियल बहुत बड़ा है. अगर नए मॉलिक्यूल्स इस देश के अंदर आएंगे तो हमें और बनाने का अवसर मिलेगा और वो बनाने के बाद हम और उसको एक्सपोर्ट कर पाएंगे. सो जो ये परसेप्शन है, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि ये परसेप्शन शायद हम लोगों ने अर्बन माइंड्स के अंदर बना रखी है. जब खेत के अंदर उतर के हम जाएंगे और जब किसान की फसल बर्बाद होती है, जब वो रोता है, वो चीखता है और परेशान होता है और उसका नुकसान होता है, उसको शायद जो अनअवेयर पॉपुलेशन है, हम लोग कहते हैं प्रॉबेबली वी नीड टू एजुकेट द एजुकेटेड. अगर वो काम हम कर पाएंगे तो ये जो एक परसेप्शन बन गई है कि पेस्टिसाइड्स आर हार्मफुल, पेस्टिसाइड्स आर बैड, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि अगर सही मात्रा में, सही तरीके से, सही यूज़ करके पेस्टिसाइड्स का इस्तेमाल करा जाए तो आज हम जो हमारी 140 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन है उसको न्यूट्रिशियस वे में हम फीड भी कर पाएंगे और ना केवल इंडिया के अंदर बल्कि जो हमारा विश्व है उसके अंदर भी हम एक्सपोर्ट कर पाएंगे.
I'll come back to you, Sahin. What is the role of farmer education according to you in removing this perception that you are a villain?
Exactly sitting center of this topic. As ADAMA, we are very connected to the farmers. More than 2,500 people running in the field, talking to the farmers, our customers, dealers, distributors, and wholesalers, and then talking about the products labels, residues, dosage rate, which time the correct time to spray the products. A lot of trainings, seminars, one-to-one discussions. So it is important, even not only product itself, even distributing preventive equipment field in the field to the farmers. And then I think it is very critical to give the training and give the information to the farmers.
There is a fashionable word towards biological shift happening. Everybody talks about biological, organic, and whatever. And there is a need for, you have to go by this kind of a pesticide approach as well. What do you think can be the balancing strategy? You have to find bio-based solutions also at the same time remain competitive. How do you propose to do that?
The way we look at it as Corteva is we like to look at it as a solution-based approach, and we approach it as a crop. So the attempt is not to talk about just biologicals only or the chemistries only. But if you put yourself in the shoes of the farmer is looking for end-to-end solutions. And in that entire repertoire of solution, multiple things come in. Starting with biologicals, they have their own role to play. You also have proven chemistries which have their own role to play, especially when the biotic stress is very, very high and you need solutions that will take care of it. Added to it is also a very important role that is played by agronomy and advisory. How you educate the farmer, how you reach out to them, and we lay a lot of emphasis and stress on how we are connecting with the farmer on the ground, how we are communicating the right information. We have spoken about stewardship, we have spoken about the right usage of these solutions, we have spoken about integrated pest management. So all these are very, very important parts.
Prabhuji, just interfering, you talked about damage. So again, I'll give one more data that in India today, as per the FAO report and the recent Yes Bank report, 40% of crops are damaged because of improper pest, disease, weed management to the tune of 2 lakh crores.
Coming back to Subroto, the question you asked, I asked you earlier also. You have been investing in farm training, a lot of money in that. And what kind of lessons you have picked up about misinformation which is going to them?
I think misinformation at the farm level is a real challenge. It's not a very simple answer, and I'll tell you why. I think misinformation at the farm level is a serious challenge. Because at the end of it, the farmer today has multiple sources of receiving information. And this includes a lot of what he sees on social media. There is a lot what the farmer gets on WhatsApp groups. There is a lot that the farmer hears from his own peer group within the village across. The retailers and the channel partners have their own role to play. And obviously, companies and organizations obviously go and meet the farmer. So the farmer receives information of various kinds through multiple touch points. I think the first and the most important approach that we take is to, before we educate, the first thing is to listen to the farmer. It's very important to come down to what is it that is driving the anxiety of the farmer. Is it about the right dosage? Is it about the debate in his mind between biologicals versus chemicals? So there are various things. And only once you have listened to him can we start to talk to him. So that's point number one. I think the second very important point is that this is about building trust and credibility of the farmer. This is not just about trying to throw facts at him, because just throwing facts will not. You talk about कि farmer की भाषा में बात करनी है. So throwing right information at the farmer is never enough. You have to build trust, and that has to be done engagement after engagement after engagement. And that is where it becomes very important to have the right connect with the farmers.
अब सब लोगों ने इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें कह दी, अच्छी बातें कही, काफ़ी मिसपरसेप्शन दूर की इन लोगों ने मिल करके. अब इसके बाद मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रेक ले लूँगा, उसके बाद थोड़े से मुश्किल एक एक सवाल पूछ लूँगा, तीखी बात होगी. I'm going to ask one by one. Ankur, I'll start with you as CEO. What is the industry doing to remove the responsive industry to this new expectation from your industry? Because expectations are scary. लोगों को आपसे उम्मीदें बहुत ज़्यादा हैं। उम्मीदों को आप किस तरह से करेक्ट करें, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू करेक्ट दोज एक्सपेक्टेशंस कि वी आर गुड फॉर यू, वी आर योर फ्रेंड, हम आपके दोस्त हैं, मित्र हैं, आपके शुभ चिंतक हैं। अगर आप खुश हैं तो हम खुश हैं। भारत का फार्मर इफ ही इज हैप्पी, इंडिया विल ऑल्सो बी हैप्पी। तो उसके लिए व्हाट आर यू डूइंग?
So I think today is one of those start where probably this communication will also spread and talk how our industry is positively contributing. We need to really and not just communicate, and what are we communicating is important. We need to create case studies. We need to create science-based outcomes which have been achieved in India and globally. As far as the government is concerned, we all understand that there is role of everything. I think we need to again reach out to them and talk about similar success stories, and in collaboration with them launch educational programs with the farmers, bring farmers to be our voice, because when farmers will speak about their success because of pesticides, then perhaps it will straight away go to the kitchen for someone who cooks and is always worried that is my vegetables pesticide free or not. Every approval is given scientifically. The residues, the sprays are done much before the harvest. Yes, there are stewardship challenges, but then this is not just unique to the pesticide industry.
What about you?
See, I think it's not about farmer, it's about consumer and normal people. I think we as an industry need to come together. That's the first thing. We need to ourselves believe like it's pesticide is a plant medicine. I think that's what we need to do it. It's not like using pesticide, it destroy the food. It's not the case. That's the one thing. Second thing, I think we need to be talking more positive, because we have seen because of, maybe because of media or because of social media or whatever, I think negative news has been spreading faster than the positive. And we need to talk about more positive stories. And as Ankur mentioned, it has to come from the farmer mouth. It will be more seen by others. And third topic, I think with government, we need to work. We need to make some system of communication clarity around MRLs into the food. Because every consumer need to understand what MRL's level is there, what it is. This food is not bad. Pesticide usage is not problem. It is the food which should be safe.
India is a growing economy. Everybody looking at us. You describe the future of pesticide economy in India in 3 sentences.
It's greener, it's more regenerative, and it will be a lot more digital.
What about you?
It's biggest exporter from the country, adding a lot of value to the GDP. People perception, it is a plant medicine, it's not bad. And third is, everyone is talking about sustainability as an industry today.
Ankur?
Make in India will be big. Indian farmers will produce more with less land. And consumers will be far more happier.
What are you?
More production, more money, always.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think the future of your industry?
I think the future of the industry is responsible innovation. I think the second thing is we'll probably be the largest agrarian economy with precision agriculture, and it will be completely science-based with a huge amount of trust between all the stakeholders that operate in the industry.
One thing which I want to understand, because there's a competition between all of you as well. Can you list one step which all of you can collaborate and fight?
We need to identify that North Star for Indian agriculture and go after it.
We need to fight against the counterfeit, which is a concern today.
We need to clear the air about the perception about this industry, which we have started.
I think farmer education should be our common target, because if farmer experienced and know all details, it will be benefit for all of us.
I will say one word: stewardship.
We were discussing hero versus villain. Who's a hero, who's a villain? Industry is a villain or a hero?
It's a hero.
Hero, na? Obviously. Hero.
It's a partner.
Partner. But
Farmer is a hero, and we are the directors.
hero or villain?
Farmers always hero.
Farmer is
They are
hero.
partnership.
I would say it's the way the product's used which is the villain.
What is the message for the farmer and the government?
This industry is here for you, and it is here for Viksit Bharat.
For the farmer, we are together. हम साथ साथ हैं.
हम
I
साथ
think
साथ।
for the government,
परिवार है हमारा।
for the government, let's be a part together for a better India.
For the farmer, we will continue to innovate and bring in new technologies. मोदी जी के लिए जो उन्होंने मिशन लिया है उसको हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे और पूरे साथ हैं उनके।
What is the message for the farmer and the government?
Your safety is important as important as your productivity. We are ready always to support you. For government, I think the regulation always should be support in this direction.
I think for the farmer, the message would be believe in the science, not in the hearsay. And I think for the government, the message would be we are here for the farmer and with the farmer.
It was a good discussion. All of you gave good perspective. Agreement, I think all of you agree there is a misinformation is going on. There is a need to connect with the farmer. Farmer के साथ farmer की भाषा में बात करना है. Whatever is the communication gap between all the stakeholders and the industry leaders, that has also to be bridged. That's the consensus. Thank you all of you for coming and joining.